Hey, welcome to UMBC's Mic'd Up podcast. My name is Dennise Cardona from the Office of Professional Programs. And today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Abdullah Karasan. And we're going to be talking about AI, finance, and real-world learning through Stockaivisor. Welcome, Dr. Karasan. It's so wonderful to have you here on the podcast to talk about your latest and greatest product that you've launched, and to talk a little bit about your experience as an adjunct faculty member here at UMBC.
Of course. Thanks for having me. It's a great honor for me to be here. I'm really excited about this podcast.
Excellent. Let's start off then with your story, right? So how did your journey lead you to work at the intersection of AI and finance?
Okay. Good starting point. First of all, my major is in economics. And while I was pursuing my PhD in the field of financial mathematics, I decided to work on financial data science in my PhD thesis. So starting from my PhD thesis, I decided to switch my career to data science because I saw lots of opportunities there. It's very important to have a specific domain knowledge in the field of AI. So knowing finance gives you this power, gives you this edge. So I believe I can contribute to this field, knowing finance and AI at the same time. So since then, I consider myself as a financial data scientist.
I love it. That's a cool role and a very important position these days. So you've been an adjunct faculty member at UMBC in the data science program for some time now. What has that experience been like for you?
It's great. It's a great opportunity for me to be in a part of an academia, because it's kind of my ultimate goal always since my undergrad years. Because I decided to be a part of the faculty since then. And then when I completed my PhD, I just want to be a part of UMBC because UMBC provides really competitive and comprehensive and very up-to-date programs to the students. So being a part of it and help people grow, help myself grow, is something that I don't want to miss. And being a part of an academia, also write more papers, books, and something like that. So this also, I feel alive when I'm part of the academia, because when you fully focus on your day-to-day job, so sometimes you lose track. So it keeps me focused being in academia. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Focus is very important, but it's so wonderful to be able to say that you can actually lose yourself in your work because you are passionate about it. You have such a love for it. And that's just a really big gift, I think, in life, because not everybody has that. And so, yeah, it's a really big gift to be able to say that you feel that way about work.
Yeah, it's important what you're doing, right? So otherwise you spend 10 hours in a day. So if you don't like what you are doing, it's a big disaster.
That's right. How have you been able to collaborate with UMBC students and alumni in your work, especially in hands-on projects?
Trust me, it's very easy. We have full of talented students.
I guess I work with 4 or 5 different students from UMBC. And 2-3 of them I closely work in the long term. So they are really talented guys. But the most important part is that our product is generative AI-based products. And I help them to sharpen their skills in the generative AI. Now I strongly believe that they have the skills, and we sometimes sit down and chat, and I think they also believe that they have a very solid background for now during the process of generating these products, help them a lot.
What a great opportunity for graduate students. That's one of the things that I love most about being a member of UMBC community as a staff member, but also as an alum now, because I graduated from one of the master's programs here at UMBC. And one of the things that I found, and also from being here as the host of the podcast and talking with so many faculty members, is that it's so hands-on. You all are out there in the real world doing real things right now, real time, and you're bringing that to the classroom. And gosh, what an amazing benefit that is for students. Yeah, those students are very lucky.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
Absolutely. So tell us about, you have this new product, right? You have a company, Leveragai. And under that company, you have this new product that you put out, Stockaivisor. Am I saying that correctly? Okay. What is it? And what does it aim to solve in the financial world?
Yeah, thanks for bringing this up. So the thing is, what we are trying to do with Stockaivisor is to make things easier for the financial investors. Using generative AI is very limited in the field of, using AI in the field, in the financial field is very limited. So what we try to do is to tackle this problem. So our product is very generative AI intensive product. So what we try to do is to make things simpler for the newbies or maybe the professional users, because we have some advanced tools for them too. And that's why all you need to do in our product, in Stockaivisor, all you need to do is to click on run. And then we compile all the information, daily, intraday, historical data, and then get together all this information and return you an advice as result, saying that due to this and that, you can do this or that. So it's very easy for you, for the investors, irrespective if you are a newbie or a professional. And additionally, we have an academy, and which is another generative AI tool. All you need to do is to write a prompt, and we create up to 20-hour long content for you, so that you can understand each and every financial topic at your pace. You can learn it at your pace. So this is a new feature inside the Stockaivisor.
So I had the privilege of you showing it to me. We spoke before this podcast recording, and you showed me the interface. And one thing, so I'm excited about this for many reasons, but one, from a personal standpoint, I'm learning how to work in the stock market. I'm learning how to do paper trading right now, just playing around with cryptocurrency and some stocks. And I'm using paper trading, and I'm using technical analysis. And your product does all of that. It helps to it showed me that I'm able to do technical analysis within it using AI. But also, what I love is a lot of us who are new to stock trading and learning how to do all of this investing, it's very overwhelming. It can be very intimidating. And one of the things that your product does is it, like you said, it acts like a teacher. You ask it to give you a course on how to read technical analysis, how to read candlesticks, anything that you want to know, it's going to teach you that. And so you're really forming a solid foundation, an educational, knowledge-based foundation that works in tandem with the AI. So it's a very cool product.
Yeah, sounds like you are one of our potential customers.
Indeed, yes. I will be definitely checking it out, because I have I guess you call it a mastermind alliance, where there's a group of us who are learning how to do this together. So I told them, hey, soon we're going to be looking at this product to see, because I just think it's so cool. Yeah. What makes this product, Stockaivisor, different from traditional financial analysis tools?
Yeah, like simply put, generative AI usage, because we take advantage of generative AI in many aspects of the product, in many features in this product, like in Stockaivisor Academy, in chatbot, in robo-advisor, daily reporting, predictive analysis. All these features are using generative AI, and it makes it faster, more accurate, and easy to use for the users. But if you are an advanced user, don't need that. Advanced user also needs this type of product, but let's assume that they don't. We have some strong and advanced tools as well, like return analysis, factor analysis. This type of analysis are more like addressing the advanced users. And we have chart. You can run your own technical analysis using intraday data. Generative AI makes a difference.
Yeah, sounds like it. Now, you mentioned that UMBC students helped build this product with you. One of them is a co-founder of your company, Leveragai, which is amazing. Can you talk about what roles they played and what it was like to involve them in this live project?
Sure. They have the role as a data scientist and software engineer. So I was writing down the code, but I'm not coming from software engineering background. My background is financial mathematics and financial modeling, and I write down the technical codes, like the codes of the technical parts, and I deliver my code to the team, and they just deploy it. So all the product is in Microsoft Azure cloud. So I'm not very familiar with the deployment and other stuff. I just create the stuff in my local and deliver the code to them, and then they deploy and connect it into the user interface, like the website. Mostly they have done these tasks. Like sometimes they help me to create the product, but mostly they just work on the software engineering part.
Now, what do you think that those students are going to be walking away with, and how might this kind of experience help to shape their careers in the future?
Yeah. You know what? I talk with them a lot about this. So what you have learned, so how you think you can use it. Like, I would like to continue with them, first of all. Like, I don't want them to go to the job market and find another job, because I really like this experience. Hopefully they like too. But I think the students who have the software engineering role improve their skill in developing a product which is based on generative AI and cloud tools. So because these are the tools that you should know before going into the job market. I'm 100% sure that this gives them a competitive edge in the market. Because software engineers just focus on either front end or back end. But when you combine AI and software engineering skills, this makes you a really competitive candidate in the market. So that's why I'm quite sure that if they go to the job market, they can land their dream job. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I want them to go to the job market.
I get it. You sound like you have created quite a dynamic team. And when you find folks that you can work with, that you can trust, that they're bringing their value, and together that value that all of you bring creates this magic that is really hard to repeat with a different dynamic. So totally understand. It's if you find that right group, you want to hang on to that.
Yeah, when you start telling someone the issue, whatever, it's really important for it to be understood. Like, I start telling the problem to my team, and they just understand it, because we have been working for like a year now. So I don't need to spend hours to tell what's going on, what we should do, or something like that. They just understand what's the point and how to solve it. So this is very valuable to me.
I'm curious from a point of view of a graduate student, how did you pull these particular graduate students into this project? Did you see something in them that you're like, they're going to know what to do with this, and then you just pull them into it? How did that work?
Yes and no, actually. Yes, for my co-founder, because he's one of my grad assistant, teaching assistant. I just suggest him to join our team and to be a co-founder, and then we work together. And the other guys is coming from the referral background, because I don't know many people from software engineering backgrounds. One of my former students suggests me a couple of names, and then I sit down and work with them, and still continue to work with them. Yes, to my circle as a co-founder, but also referral is also an important point, because if the students are studying grad degree in the UMBC, it's highly likely that they are talented. So that's why it's easy to work with them.
Shifting gears a little bit, from your perspective, where is AI in finance headed? Are there any trends that excite you or maybe even concern you?
Actually, yes. We have some fields that, exciting me and also concerns me. So first of all, the graph knowledge. I'm not even talking about how generative AI is getting bigger and bigger in the field, but the graph knowledge and graph network and the causality analysis may be the next two big things in the finance, because In financial analysis, it's very important to detect the relationship between the variables. So if you're using a complex data, big data, or a text-based data, it's really hard to do that. But recent advancements, especially the RAG, maybe the RAFT, like retrieval augmented fine-tuning analysis, helps us to better understand this relationship, combining with the knowledge graph. And causality analysis is also help us to better understand the relationship. So these are the things that I'm focusing on currently, and I see that the financial data science is, growing towards this field. The other thing, what concerns me, is the loose regulation in AI. This is a common problem in the field of AI. The regulations are not that strict, and that's why there are some obvious violations, especially the copyright issues, as you know it. The companies are trying to bypass this copyright issues, simply putting an argument called like fair use. But I don't know if it works, but we'll see. Time will show. But developing a product based on generative AI is something that we need to be very careful in terms of legal restrictions. And the legal perspective is not something that we can overlook.
Yeah, that sounds like a big challenge, but it's definitely a necessity to be able to look into that, the ethical concerns, the legal concerns. There are so many challenges when it comes to generative AI, especially in a high stakes field like finance, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, for students or career changers interested in both AI and finance, what skills or mindsets should they start to develop now?
Yeah, like interestingly, these two fields are growing too fast. Like I noticed that most of the successful startups are fintech startups. If you check the list of 5, 10 most successful startups in the United States, you will see that there are many tech startups there. So if you combine financial knowledge with AI, this makes you a really competitive candidate for sure, because these two fields will be the field in the future, right? You should know finance and AI too. Like, even though you don't have to be like, you don't need to have a solid theoretical background, but if finance and AI, and this gives you a really important edge in the job market. But if you're not a candidate in the job market, still, like intellectually, this grow. And the thing is, don't discourage yourself if things feel overwhelmed at first. Everyone starts somewhere, right? Focus on building a strong foundation. Stay curious. Never stop learning. With consistency and passion, you will find your place. That's for sure. This is how it works generally. So this will be my piece of advice.
What makes a graduate program like UMBC's Data Science program, or even UMBC's Software Engineering program, fit for this type of future-focused work?
As I said at the very first part of our conversation, like these programs are very comprehensive, includes many hands-on practices, and also up-to-date. So if you combine these three, you have everything you need, right? Because I just teach in the field of data science. So I know that we teach everything from top to bottom. So when you properly learn in these 2 years, when you properly learn what we are teaching, like you will be ready for the entry-level positions or the others as well. So that's why keeping the coverage comprehensive and keeping it up to date is the key in creating a successful program, especially the master's program.
Yeah. And it goes back to what I had said earlier, that I love how UMBC has adjunct faculty who are people who are out there doing the work, the real work, right now in real time because everything's changing so fast. And it's not just based in theory, it's based in applied real life scenarios. So, yeah, it's a really great opportunity for students in UMBC's programs to really be able to learn from people who are out there doing this stuff.
Yeah, it's changing too fast that I couldn't sometimes keep up. Like when I try to read the paper and see, okay, it's what's going on here. It's a brand new field. So this doesn't happen in finance. But in financial data science, things are changing because of the change of speed in data science.
Indeed. This has been such a great conversation. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I cannot wait to check out the Stock AI Advisor. I will be linking to that in the description. So folks who are listening, who are interested in checking it out, you'll be able to get to it from the description. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. It's been great.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's really a pleasure for me to be here with you, Dennise.
Yeah. And thank you, everyone, for listening, tuning into this episode of UMBC's Mic'd Up podcast. If you'd like to learn more about our offerings, check the links in the description. Thank you so much for listening.